This is Anthony Chan, and this is my case study on parental apathy, Standard 4. What I know, Mrs. Rose was a new assistant principal at John F. Kennedy School. She knows the importance of having a comprehensive program that includes parental and community involvement. The school has very limited contact or involvement with parents and the community. Presently, there's no PTA or PTO. There had been in the past some groups that was formed. Mrs. Rose met with the principal and addressed her concerns and ideas about parental and community involvement, but received no encouragement from him. I also know that the principal had given the position that everything was going fine at the school without the parents. In the past, the principal did try to get the parents and the community involved in the school, but he had encountered parental apathy. The principal assured Mrs. Rose that he was in direct contact with the community. He also perceived that people didn't want to be involved and that they expected the educators to do all the work. I also know that a subsequent meeting with the principal, Mrs. Rose had again brought up the need for some typical parental, some type of parental involvement, and the principal this time agreed. They scheduled a meeting with the parents to find out whether parents would even be interested in becoming involved. The principal stated in that second meeting with Mrs. Rose that he didn't want any type of PTA or PTO, but he would, however, consider forming a parent group, advisory group. Also know that Friday an announcement was sent out for a meeting on parental involvement to be held on Monday after next at 7:30 p.m. Night of the meeting, only 8 parents showed up. The principal and Mrs. Rose were discussing whether to go ahead with the meeting. The principal was not in favor of proceeding with the meeting, given the poor turnout. What I need to know? Well, why the previous parent involvement groups with the principal was not successful? What is the contextual factors of the community? Does the district have a communication plan that addresses stakeholders? Are all the schools in the district having the same problems with parental involvement? What approach or strategies did the principal use when he previously tried to get the parents and the community involved? What was on the agenda for the Monday's meeting? And did they hold the meeting? Identifying the problem. Well, JFK School is lacking in its communication with its parents and the community. The principal thinks it's not necessary to have comprehensive programs with parental and community involvement. In the second meeting with Mrs. Rose, although the principal agreed to meet with the parents, he still wanted them to have limited interaction with the school. There seems to be only one means of communication with parents. What's my plan of action? Well, first, I will build and sustain productive relationships with the families and community partners. I will therefore meet with the 8 parents that came that night for the meeting. I would have definitely met with them. Why? Because it is really a good place to start. And these parents are serious about their children. That's why they came. Second, I will ensure that the meeting emphasizes the importance of working together, both the school and the parents. Why? Because we have one common goal, one common vision, and that is the success of our students. We must also emphasize that the school advocates for children and family. Continuing the plan of action, thirdly, I would ask in the meeting what the parents, would recommend to improve communication between the school and them. Then I would try to implement those ideas that were given in the meeting. Fourth, I would work with the principal. He needs total buy-in into the parental involvement. Also, I will get the staff involved. Together we can brainstorm with the staff as a team, and as we can also be able to get great ideas that would help increase parental involvement. Finally, in addition to sending out communication by means of the students only, I would find other means to communicate and send out information to the parents, like emails, texts, phone calls, and more. Looking at the resolution of the issue, I will always propose the path that leads to our students' success. A strong relationship between parents, community, and school. The resolution of this case must start by keeping the meeting. And this will be the start of a future strong relationship between school and parents. As an educator, I have noticed that when parents are involved, they take on a type of school pride. And because of that, they feel they have a say in their children's education. The principal needs to change his attitude toward parental and community involvement. He must be fully on board. Debriefing the problem. There are many unanswered questions, such as what actually caused the principal to be so adamant of not wanting parental and community involvement? What approach and strategies did he use? Why would they think of canceling the meeting? By doing so, they may hurt any chances of future parental involvement. The parents who came were truly interested in their children's success. Parents should always feel welcome at our schools. If the principal continues to be disinterested in parental involvement, this could create division between him and Mrs. Rose. Also, I felt that it was great that Mrs. Rose wanted to collaborate with families and community members. She did not give up after such unsuccessful first attempt. In my reflection, component 1, as an administrator, I am guided by the fact that student success and well-being is my number one priority. I would work with my staff, my team, to resolve this issue of parental and community involvement. I would create an advisory committee with members of the community, parents, and staff. I would hold all meetings that I call, no matter the number in attendance. I would emphasize the importance of working together, school and parents, since we have one common vision, the success of every student. Component 2, parents and community stakeholders are of great importance to our students' success. I would always emphasize their importance in their children's academic success. Once they feel and know how important they are, they would definitely work with the school and help the school. So together we can accomplish that common goal, the children's success. I will use many different means of communications to keep parents up to date with their children's progress and school activities. I will therefore always keep them informed. Advisory meetings, PTOs. These meetings give excellent feedback as to how we can work together. I will always give parents a listening ear. Component 3, I would develop a communication plan for parents and community stakeholders. In this plan, I will ensure that the main means of communication is with technology, phone, iPads, but also there'd also be a variety of student outreach that would involve parents and stakeholders, and this maintains continuous communication. And finally, that more parental volunteering would be emphasized and would be available at my school. Thank you very much.